All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. So, looks like I have a couple folks waiting here. Michael, Radu, and Emily, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. Let's go ahead and dive right into today's stream. So, the goal for today is to get started with building a rover. So we're going to build a rover, and we're going to tootle around the Space Center here and do a bunch of science and see what we can test it out. And then we're going to try to build some sort of vessel that can land the rover on the moon so that we can drive around up there. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but we'll see. Let's make sure that I'm on the stream save. There's like a double-layered save here. You load the world, and then you load the save. So we're going to need a couple of things to build a rover here. We are live, Radu, and hey, Mike. We are going to need, first of all, solar panels. So if we go from basic science to electrics, there's our first solar panel. The OX-Stat photovoltaic panel by Probo-Dobodyne Inc. is a simple panel with no sun tracking or deployment mechanics. As a result, it's very light and cheap. We're also going to get a rechargeable battery bank from Zoltonic Electronics. The Z200 is a stackable variant of the Z100 battery pack with increased capacity. In emergency situations, please refrain from reversing the polarity. We've got a thermal control system. That's a radiator. We've got a dome light Mark I. This dome light is great for illuminating a small area around your craft and can be spotted from far away. We've got the OKTO. The next step in unmanned control technology, this small unit can not only receive and relay control, it also provides automatic stabilization assistance just as a live pilot would. Also, its 8-sided stylistic design features lots of flat surfaces for attaching equipment. We've got a spotlight, an illuminator, and an illuminator Mark II. Okay, so we're going to spend 90 to get the solar panel here. Now, the next thing we're looking at, what is this? Miniaturization, Ava Experiments Kit. We might want this. Stack separator, an adapter, another adapter. The adapters could be nice. And the Clampotron Docking Port Junior. We might want this. The other thing we're going to want is, I looked this up, we want field science, if I can find that. Or do we already have that? Heavy rocketry, fuel systems. Where is field science? Advanced electrics, precision engineering, exploration, specialized control, advanced landing, supersonic flight, actuators. So advanced science or field science has the ROVER body part in it. I might not be able to get it, I guess. Field science, it's all the way up here. So we can't afford this, unfortunately. We would need both of these prerequisites, which are, what, 320 by themselves? So we can't get there. I was looking for this for the ROVER. So I'm not sure how we're going to build this. Radu says, you want the docking port, trust me. Emily says, yes, field science is a bit down. Hi, Joshua. Hey, Emily, how are you? After electric science is always on the lower part of the tech tree. Yeah, so I wanted this ROVER and ROVER Max model, but it looks like it's going to be tough to get there. So is there any way to kind of like... Yeah, there's no way to kind of mark it as on our wish list, unfortunately. So if we were going to work towards this, we'd burn 320 here. That would leave us with 170. And this costs 300. So we're going to have to do more science first. So how are we going to build a rover without the basic rove part and this thing? Maybe we can't. I mean, we could try. Now, the next thing I wanted was the thing that you can wrap around the open part of your rocket there. Is that this? The Airstream protective shell. I did want this for sure. So what else do we get here? We get a nose cone, another stack separator. Unlike decouplers, separators jettison everything attached to them. This new technology was very well received by rocket engineers everywhere. Not bad for something that started out as a failure for a controlled explosive bolt prototype. So this jets in both sides, I guess. Hydraulic attachment manifold. After discovering the word manifold, OMB engineers decided it would be best to use it in the name of at least one product. A radial decoupler. Large truss structure for greater space between mounting points. A small flag that can be applied to size 0 tanks and other parts with the same curvature to show pride in your mission. Another Rockomex brand adapter, and a Mark I stack tri-coupler. The stack tri-coupler. If your stack is lacking in awesomeness, this is the tool for you. Just remember, this is not a decoupler and won't separate stages. The tri-coupler. So you attach this to one rocket on top and 3 rockets on the bottom, I suppose. So I definitely want this for the airstream protective shell, and now we're kind of down to... we're lower on the science. Did I actually pick up the... Wait, where was the solar panel? Yeah, we did pick this up. Okay. So we got 400 left. Let's at least work towards the Rove mate. Or actually, let's hold off on it for just a moment. So what would we get here? We would get a landing gear. Maybe we can ride around on the landing gear. We make a rolling thing with reaction wheels. We roll it, so no need for wheels. Do some contracts have that science? Are we going to the moon today, right? A rolling thing with reaction wheels. We roll it, so no need for wheels. That's an interesting idea. Like the gravity ball on Astroneer. Can we do that? Michael says, do some contracts have that science? They might, but it's like the science from contracts is piddling. It's very small. Emily, we'd like to go to the moon today if we can get some kind of rover going. If not, then we probably go anyway. So the prereq for field science, we need advanced landing here, and we also need advanced exploration. What's in this? If we can only get... Well, I guess we can get both of these. So we have the container module, the Ava fuel cylinders, extra long duration Ava trips. Handily transfers fuel to your Ava jetpack with a childproof seal. We've got a cargo storage unit, mobile processing lab. Now this is really interesting. No longer are you limited to research facilities only on Kerbin. With the mobile processing lab, you can conduct long-term experiments and ongoing research with the data you collect in the field. Be sure to check back on your scientists from time to time and transmit the results of their research home. This model is guaranteed to spontaneously combust less than previous models, and also has the equipment necessary to clean out and restore functionality to inoperable experiments. That's really interesting. So I think I've seen a video on this. You get in orbit and you bring science to this, and it processes it and like multiplies it by 5. We've got the keyless mobility enhancer. Comes equipped with advanced telescopic extension technology, recommended load 0.5 Kerbals. This is a ladder, right? After discovering that their name was already in use, Keyless picked their current name with the flip of a coin. Rokia Inc. I think this is a ladder. And then the Keyless LV Bay Mobility Enhancer. Advanced telescopic extension technology, recommended load 1.5 Kerbals. All right, let's get these two things, advanced exploration and advanced landing. And now we're down to 80 science, so we can't really afford anything else. But at some point, we'll be able to go into field science here. So there's our science purchases. We can send rovers to other planets. Let's do it first without a rover. If we don't send a rover, we could try a moon satellite. Hey, Andy, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. We can try sending an unmanned one-way landing probe to the moon or another planet. That's interesting. So, like, send something one way to orbit around Duna and, like, do a bunch of science with it and send it back somehow? Let's go in here. Let's go in here and see if we can make something work. So, we have our Mark I command pod, 0.746 tons. The lander can... Now this provides control, 0.566 tons. Lightweight, non-atmospheric landers seats a single occupant. So I think that's the cheapest thing we have in terms of mass. Unmanned control technology. So let's start with a lander can. Kind of turn it right side up. And then we're gonna need some wheels. So what do we have in the way of wheels? I'd like to try to get some kind of rover working, even if it's a garbage rover. Jaco says, is this game any fun? I saw that you have a few videos loaded up. Yes, I am having a blast with this game. It's very kind of complicated and hard to understand, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. Let's turn this right side up. Okay, so if we look at some wheels, what do we have? For ground, we have a couple of wheels here. We do have a ROVER Model S2. Okay. Seeing an untapped market for a smaller design of rover wheel, Kerbal Motion quickly pounced upon this opportunity with the Model 2, designed for robotic vehicles or smaller crewed vehicles. Okay, so we have the basic idea here of this is going to be our rover seat, right? Here's the front. There's the back with a back window, I guess. Or no, this would be the back. This would be the back, and this little window would be the front. Okay, so we have the general idea here. Now, I want to put 4 of these on here, I believe. We've got landing struts. Those aren't going to get us anything. Fixed landing gear. Steerable landing gear. We might need that. Small landing gear, medium landing gear, or the ROVER. Okay, let's go into structures. And what do we have here? Structural fuselage, some adapters, the modular girder segment, and the strut connector. The modular girder segment from Maxo Construction Toys. New! Build the structure of your dreams with Maxo Construction Toys modular girder segment. Alright, let's get 2 of these going. Or maybe 4 of them. Can we attach it sideways? Like so. We can. Okay. So what if we do something like this? We want this to be kind of as low to the ground as possible for stability reasons. So if we do that, and then we do that again in the other direction, can we attach it to this? Something like that. And then we have attachment points for 4 wheels, right? So we'll go in here. This is going to be a Frankenstein's monster for sure. Now let's come in here. Let's see, how do we attach this so that it looks like it's going to work? I guess we go something like this, although they're kind of facing the wrong way. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we can attach it like this, and then do it again to attach another one back here. How am I? It's hard to tell how I'm rotating this. How do I get you? The way it rotates is kind of hard to understand. There we go. Okay. Like that. Okay, so now we've got 4 wheels. That's something. That's kind of a rover, right? Were you not going to live stream yesterday on Satisfactory? Yeah, Jaco, I ended up deciding I'm a little burned out on Satisfactory. I had planned to, but I just couldn't get the motivation up, so I've decided to take a little break from it for a while, and I'm going to be focusing on streaming KSP. I realize some folks will be disappointed by that, but I want this stream to be fun and something I look forward to, and at the moment, Satisfactory was not doing that for me, so I'm taking a break. Emily, that is with how much he can change his speed. For example, if he has 100 meters per second of DV, he can accelerate or slow down. Okay. Needs more boosters. The orange V on the left. Mr. Gaming Inc., welcome to the channel. Orange V on the left. Ah, this is, I believe, this is how many, so this is like Kerbal Bucks. This is funds, I believe it's called, is the symbol. So I have 4 million funds. And this is telling me, this orange one is telling me the cost of the rover with these parts that I put on it. So as I add more things, the cost is going to go up. Right now, this rover, if you can call it that, is going to cost 2,835 Kerbal Bucks. So we've got wheels here. We've got control. We need power, right? We need power for this. And what do these run on? Steering, oh, there's some stuff here. Motor enabled, motor direction, steering enabled, and steering direction. Okay. So wait a minute. If this is the front, we want steering enabled on the front. Steering enabled on the front. And then for the back ones, we want steering disabled, right? We want them to just push forward. Are these two linked? They are, so these two are linked. It's not really highlighting it. I'm not sure about direction here. Traction control, brakes, okay. So it doesn't seem to say, let's see, stress tolerance, brake torque, motor max speed, requires electric charge 1.0 per second. So we do need some electric charge or this thing's gonna run out. Now, the lander can has an electric charge of 50, but what we can do is stick a bunch of batteries on it to give it more and our new solar panel as well. Let's try that. The OX Stat photovoltaic panels. Yeah, let's grab one of these. A rechargeable battery bank. This can hold up to 200. This can hold up to 100. So let's throw, let's turn off symmetry. Can we put this on top somehow? There we go. Let's go like that. And then let's put this on top. Sure, why not, right? Or let's even get two of these. Okay. So we've got electric charge to move around. We've got our control. And we've got our wheels. Is there anything else we need for this, guys? You need batteries and solar panel. Run it for a test on the runway, then fix issues it has. Maybe a rover that can remind of the Viper Moon rover. I am not familiar with the Viper Moon rover. I don't know that I've ever seen that. All right, let's move it down onto the ground. Right? Is that on the ground? It's a little bit off the ground. Let's move it down until the wheels are just above the ground. Okay. And then who's going to tootle around in this as we test drive it? So we've got steering on the front wheels, no steering on the back. What does it look like? It looks like a weird little tuna can with wheels. So we'll name it the Tuna Speedster. A tuna can with wheels. Vroom, vroom. All right. Let's save that. Let's crew it. Now I want to put a scientist in here. So of our scientists, we have Bob. We have Spaceman, who's not here today, and we have no, that's it. We've got Bob and Spaceman. I think we need a new scientist, guys, to test this out. So, of the folks who are here, Michael already has Michaela. Radu has Radwina. So who wants to be a new scientist? Kerbal. Radu says you need science. Well, I'm going to do soil samples and Avas. So I don't think... I guess we could stick science on here. We won't get very much, but we could do it. I want to pilot it. Me... KSP was all I could talk about for 12 years. I finally broke the addiction, and now I can't remember half of it. Okay. I never drove in KSP. Same. Hello. Me, add a two-seater. Just discovered the channel yesterday. I can be a scientist. All right. Emily can be a scientist. Fine. Let's go set that up. All right. Let's save this and exit. We'll come back to the Tuna Speedster in a moment. Now, what I need to do is go into the cheat menu here and create a new... Kerbal. So Emily is going to be a female scientist. We'll start you at level 1. And how much courage and stupidity would you like, Emily? How much of these sliders? I think Emily's definitely a badass for sure. You're a scientist, so your stupidity should be fairly low. But maybe you're like a cowardly scientist as well. All the stupidity and all the courage. You got it. Super brave, super dumb scientist Emily Kerman is created. All right, let's go. Back to the space plane hangar. Let's crew it up with our new scientist, Emily Kerman. And let's see, cargo, we don't want anything. But we can put some science on here. So let's see, where do we want to stick some stuff on? Let's go back to symmetry mode. And let's grab, what do we have? We can do mystery goo. That can be attached. Hold on, let me zoom in here so I can see what I'm doing. That can be attached on the side of the rover. I guess on the side of the landing can, maybe? Yeah, let's do some mystery goos. Let's just, well, we don't want too much too much weight over here. Let's grab the barometer as well. And the thermometer. We can do that for a little extra science, right? There we go. All right. So the Tuna Speedster is ready to go. Let's take it out to the launch pad and see what happens. Or the runway. Oh, there's an island airfield we could go to as well. That's interesting. Let's start here on the runway. Okay, so the Speedster is out on the runway. Now, I guess we tried to enable SAS. The Tuna Speedster has no operational SAS module and no pilot aboard. Wait, no pilot? I mean, Emily's there. Okay, we do have driving. And it's driving fine, like the wheels are working as intended. Let's see how fast we can go. Vroom, vroom. Now, do we have brakes? We can brake. Guys, I think this is a functional rover. It's a garbage can with wheels, but it's a functional rover. Let's see how we're doing with the electric charge. Let's drive down the runway here. So there's no SAS. We don't have any RCS stuff attached to it, so that makes sense. In terms of braking, it brakes very slowly, you guys. It brakes really slowly. You can see here on the velocity, it takes it a good minute here. But we can actually drive it around and brake. And it's definitely moving faster than a Kerbal. Emily Kermel is not a pilot, so no SAS. Ah, okay. Well, let's see what science we can do here from the runway to get started. I think we've already done a crew report from the runway, so this is not going to get us anything. Yes, 0 science. Fine, let's reset that. Is there a... Let's toggle the brakes action group. Yes, okay, so that kind of toggles all the brakes to hold in position. Okay, I like that. Can we do any other experiments from the runway here? If we log pressure data, that's actually 3.6 science. Atmospheric pressure scan from the runway. Okay, that's a little bit. That's something. Let's do a temperature log as well. This one we've already done, so that gets us nothing. And then mystery goo, if we observe it here on the runway, plus 0.7 science, we'll take it. Okay. And then Emily can do an AVA. She can then do an AVA report. No science there. But let's go down to the... So F to climb out. Oh, okay. And now we can drop down. Let's have her do a surface sample from the runway. Emily, here's your Kerbal. Emily Kerman, scientist. Oh, we can plant a flag. I don't know if I want to litter the KSC with flags, though, and I don't think we get any science for that. So let's hold off on that. Let's take a surface sample. Excuse me. Surface sample from the runway. Surface appears to be very hard like concrete. It might actually be concrete. This could be a very good surface to land at. 9 science for that. Okay. So with that surface sample in hand, now we go back. We grab the landing can. We board it. And then we can review stored data, or maybe we have to... I'm not sure. Let's drive up to the... let's turn the brakes off, and let's drive up to the Space Center here and check something else. Don't need brakes. The brown button on the altimeter bar are the brakes. Press it. Yes, this one. I got that. Okay. Placing obstacles and building potholes in a runway for science. Yeah, distracting us, right? All right, let's go off-road. We're up to 9.6 meters per second, and we're probably going to crash because it takes us a good long while to slow down. But this is pretty... We're going pretty fast here. Let's head over to some of these buildings. I happen to know that you can do different science experiments at the different mini biomes here. We just keep accelerating. That's really interesting. All right. Let's get over to the space plane hangar. It's pretty stable. It's not bouncing around. Like, it's got a wide center, a low center of gravity and wide frame. This is very, very drivable. We might actually take this to the moon. All right, how fast can we slow down with the action group? So if we toggle the whole thing, it's actually much slower than just me in control. That's good to know. Let's get over to the hangar and do some more science. She can only carry one soil sample, though. Oh, really? She can't store the soil sample here? Okay, that's good to know. Look at the look at the like the jury rigged makeshift patch over here. All right. So if we do a crew report here, crew report from SPH. Okay, let's keep that. I think we had already done the barometer report, right? No, that one's worth... All right, we're going to keep that. What about the temperature? We'll log the temperature here. Nominal from SPH. Let's keep that. So over here, we'll do another pressure data. Another 3.6 science. So we're getting dribs and drabs, but it's going to add up. We just did the temperature. So what else can we do? We can do mystery goo. Another 3 science. We'll keep that. Let's have her EVA. And then I know you said... I'm sure you're right, but I just want to verify. If I... Okay, so her soil sample, we can't do anything. Let's... Nope, let's go back to this. Let's EVA again. Maybe we do another EVA report from the SPH. Another 2.4. And then we'll let go. Come down. And... let's... If I try to take a surface sample... You've collected a sample from the surface, 9. So it looks like I'm able to keep that. Mark 1 lander can. Does she have both? Review sample. Did it overwrite the other one? I guess maybe it did. All right. So that's all we can... I guess if we want to maximize our science here, we have to do a couple different... we have to, like, recover the vessel and then do a couple different missions here. So let's recover this and see how much we get. We need to place flags on the runway to research what would happen to the flag if something were to land on it with the runway. Rapid disassembly. She can take infinite. You need to take that data and store it back when in Ava, I think. There's a storage container part not unlocked yet. Spaceman, welcome back. Click on the can, take data, and store it again. You can do multiple crew reports. Okay. Well, we'll try. Look at this. This is actually quite nice. We're in 35 science. So we got the crew report from SPH, surface sample from runway, and surface sample from SPH. So she could do more than one surface sample. We got the Ava report from SPH, 2 mystery goo observations, some atmospheric data, and temperature scan. Very nice. And we recovered 98% of the value on the can and got back our new scientist, Emily Kerman, but no experience gain. So we went to the SPH. We can do surface samples at the astronaut complex, the administration building, research and development, the VAB, the mission control, the launch pad, and the tracking station. So we can quickly kind of amass maybe another 40 or 50 science if we do that. Let's head out again. We've reset all our other experiments as well. Oh, and the other thing we could do is we could check out this island runway. It's okay as long as the samples are unique. Just can't store multiple copies like when you have the science lab. It's a dirt field. Okay. So let's try to get multiple reports going this time. We'll see how we'll Ava and take the data, then store the reports and see how that works. There's no sound here. It'd be cool if you could like. It'd be cool. I bet there's a mod for it, but it'd be cool if you could like play music, you know, like a road trip. This little lander's pretty handy. Now we've got a very nice flat surface here, so it might be harder to maneuver on the moon. But I think after we do a little bit more science with this, we're gonna load it up and try and take it to the moon somehow. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. So what do we have over here? I think this is this mission control or is this administration? Mr. Gaming asks, Have you ever played Lone Echo VR? No, I have not. Oh, we lost a wheel. Oh, going, well, okay, all right. Okay, we were going a little too fast up that slope. Yeah, highway to hell indeed, Michael. Let's toggle the brakes here. Our three-wheeled wonder there. Okay, so note to self. Steep inclines can blow up a wheel. I love that it exploded. It didn't just, like, crumple and fall off. It actually exploded. I hear banjos. Will someone be inside it when it's on the moon? Yeah. We're gonna have to send somebody down to drive it, because without a driver, it can't do anything. It can't go anywhere. Alright, so we're here at... we're here at, administration. Can we do a crew report? Crew report from administration, 1.5 science. All right, not the greatest thing ever, but it's something. Let's do our pressure data. Let's do our mystery goo. Let's do our temperature. Let's EVA here. And now you were saying to take the data and then store experiments. Okay. Let's do an AVA report from administration, another 2.4. We can store that experiment. We can let go here and take a surface sample, or do another AVA report from the surface, and then take a surface sample. And now if we grab on here and climb back up, let's store the experiments. Not all items could be stored. Yeah, so I think you can only have... Let's review the data here. Review stored data. Surface sample, crew report, AVA report. AVA report from administration. So on the lander and on the ground is the same. I think that's the problem. All right, that's fine. Bored anyway. So we'll drive, we'll turn off the brakes and we'll drive forward a little bit on our three-wheeled lander can. I love the idea. It's like digging this giant, the front right girder is digging this giant scrape across the lawn of administration. And like when it's crossing the asphalt here, you hear like that, that noise. Let's come over to the flagpole and do some more science. Let's see. So we can do another crew report, but I think this will... No, we can do another crew report. Okay. And then let's do more science, log temperature. Temperature scan from the astronaut complex. Okay, so the flag is not its own thing. It's part of the astronaut complex. That's fine. We'll observe the mystery goo. We'll do a barometer. And then let's have Emily, Ava here. She can do another Ava report, perhaps. Now, can we store that? Yes. Okay, so you can do multiple Ava reports, but they have to be from different biomes. And then let's have her let go, come down to the surface, take a soil sample, and we'll hop back on. Load up, and we'll recover the vessel. Okay. So there's another... How much was that? There's another 43 science. So this, like, the little bits and pieces kind of add up. My breakfast cereal exploded and is on fire. I don't mind saying the moon forever. I could probe pilot it. Let's stop these shenanigans and go to the moon. All data must be unique. Take data before going in. Why name it moon when you can combine moon and moon? Moon. 2 dots for the 2U. Don't time warp when you're driving a rover. You guys want to land on the moon today? Yeah, okay. So I agree. We've proven that the rover is viable. So now it's time to build another vessel and actually go to the moon with that vessel. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but let's go in here. And I think we'll start with Kermit the Log here. Or maybe we won't. Let's see. If we start with, let's load Kermit up. Because we can reuse some of this, right? Let's get rid of these for now. Let's take these off. Get rid of all that. In fact, let's get rid of all of this. Let's just keep what we've got for our return module. So there's the Science Junior. There's our nose cone. There's our parachutes. We've got science on here. Yeah, so this is our returner. This is how we get home, right? And we've got our heat shield, and we've got our decoupler. Okay, so this is our return lander. Now, one other thing we do want to put on here is we need some solar panels, right? So if we go like that, then we got 4 solar panels. We should be good in terms of generating charge. Okay, now, next up, we need a very efficient engine with a lot of fuel to kind of... Oh wait, this is the return module. So we need the lander part now. We need the lander part. And I think what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to use that new adapter we got. Where's that? Coupling, structural, this guy. Oh, he's kind of on the smaller side. Okay, never mind. Rockomax brand adapter. Yeah, was there like a reverse adapter? No. Okay, forget that. Do you guys want to land on the moon today? Less traction on the moon, moon drift. The ship may work okay, just add more gas and electricity. I think you need more solar panels. Use the Terrier engine again. Building it Apollo style turns out to be very complicated. Yeah, okay. Well, so we're gonna need a big old fuel tank here with a lot of fuel in it. I think we take... Do we take the 16? I think we take the 16 this time. Maybe with an 8 added on. Hang on, let's rotate you a little bit. Why don't they line up? The dots. Alright, maybe instead of the 16, we take 3 8s here. It's the same thing, right? So... and then... Oh, actually, that's an interesting idea. Hold off on that. So this is going to need our Terrier engine. Like so. So this is more fuel than we had last time. This is... Let's go to... Let's switch DV to vacuum. This is 3,500 DV. So I think that's probably enough. If we can get to the moon orbit with this, then this can be our lander. Possibly. Now, the one thing I might want to add is... I need to add landing stuff. Let's see. Rotate the adapter Q. Add Q engine, please. Set it to 2 nodes and add 2 Terriers. We try to use 4 SRBs to try to create the Korolev cross. Yeah, we can go ahead and use 4 SRBs. That's no problem. You mean solid rocket boosters, right? Add engine plate. Set it to 2 nodes and add 2 Terriers. Engine plate. What is an engine plate? Okay, whatever that is, I don't think we have it. Engine plate. So here, this is going to be our new... This is going to be our moonshot, right? So this is going to be the Kerb Apollo 1. I think that's good. Wait. Let's save this, and let me go look for what you're talking about, an engine plate. Check the TWR. You don't have it. You can also use the small nose cone or structural cube to cluster engines. The small nose cone or structural cube. Let's search for plate over here. No. Cone? So it doesn't search parts, I guess. Can you mass select? No. So where would the engine plate that you were talking about be? Heavier rocketry, maybe? Or propulsion systems? Precision propulsion. Specialized construction. Stack bicoupler. Clampotron docking port. Advanced nose cone. Airstream protective shell. Ground anchor. Modular girder adapter. There's so many pieces here. I'm not sure we can get wherever it is. Advanced metalworks. Yeah. Not sure I can make that happen. Let's go back to the VAB. So, one thing I was thinking was adding some additional small fuel tanks here. So, I don't know. Where's the thinnest one we have? Yeah, something thin like that could be good. Those are not bad. 800. So for the lander, what's the smallest one we have? Like this? Or we could take the 400 maybe. Let's try. Let's see. So hold on. This has. Sometimes it doesn't like. Oh, we took the engine off. That's why. Let's get rid of this. Actually, let's make the lander wide instead of tall. So let's grab the T200s. Yeah, and let's go with max symmetry here. Something like this. We need to make sure it's below the collar, the decoupler here. So if we do that, yeah, and then put a bunch of little nose cones on there, I guess, airing it for the launch. What do we have here? 0.03 tons, 0.075, 0.2. Yeah, let's get this going. So all of these would need little engines, though. So what's the cheapest engine we have in terms of mass? 1.75 tons, 3 tons, 1.5 tons, 1.25 tons, and half a ton. The basic jet engine, that requires air intake. So is there an even smaller? I did see something like the Twitch engine over there. That was like maybe we can afford something. Yeah, we could afford one more, maybe. Advanced fuel systems, specialized construction, actuators, precision propulsion. I think this would be what I want. This is the really cheap stuff, but I can't get here yet. That's 160, which we could almost afford if we had this. What about these? 0.13 tons and 0.02. This maybe we want. The Mite solid fuel buster, the Baguette external tank. Let's burn this. I like the idea of the ant here. What's our, let's take a look. Engine ISP is 315 in a vacuum. Not a whole lot of thrust, though. 2 kilonewtons. Still, we're going to have to get this eventually. So let's research this. The other one is the Spark. This one has 320 in a vacuum and 20 kilonewtons. Maybe this is the one that I want. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab this. Are you making a rocket for the rover? Where would the actual rover be, though? Yeah. Attach rover out under the big tank. Engines on the side and a decoupler to let the rover go. Add a hole in the landing leg so you can get it out. Terrier is your hero. Add 4 terriers. It's enough. You have a tiny engine. You keep passing it over. Ant too small. It's a tiny triangular one. Okay. I'm messing around. This might be a ridiculous over-engineered rocket, but I'm learning as I go. All right, so we definitely want the Terrier on the center, and then the teeny tiny one. Let's see, what is this? 305 in a vacuum, 120 kilonewtons. We had this one already, right? So this is what you're talking about? But this is side mounted is the problem. Where is the tiny little one that we just bought? So the Terrier is 0.5 tons. The Spark is 0.13. So I was thinking I would use this. Like that. Right? And if we kind of, should we add decouplers for these as well to get rid of them on re-entry, or no? This is the landing pad. So actually, I do think we add decouplers here, and we save the Terrier for the very last stage, so we can dump all this mass after we get back up out of the moon. How much? Hold on. How much does this have by itself? In a vacuum, it's got 1850. Is that enough to get home if we're in orbit around the moon? I think so, right? Yeah, let's have the lander stuff be decouplable. So what's the difference between these? Ejection force and cost? Let's use the new ones. Why not? Oh yeah, that gives us a lot of... Okay, hold on. You know what? We need one more size of fuel tank here. Let's get rid of this. And let's go with the 16 instead. So we'll grab that. Then for the decouplers, we'll use the nice wide ones to get some extra room here. Like that. There we go. Then we put our little engines on there. It needs to be lower, I think. How low can we get it? Is that attached? No, not very well. There we go. Okay. And then we put landing struts on these, right? So we go into... what, ground? 8 Sparks is like 3 Terriers. Remove the Terrier and put the Rover there. Too many engines, remove the Terrier and put the Rover there? Oh, I see what you're saying. I was gonna have the Rover be side-mounted. I like the idea of this for the lander because now it's nice, it's got a nice wide base, right? And we can put the struts on. Like so, and get a nice solid kind of wide footprint to land on, right? So if that's our... So if we put the Rover under there, it won't work, right? Because then the Terrier engine wouldn't work. So we could have a central tank and put on cross like fuel feeds, I guess. But then we have nothing to attach to. There has to be space for the Rover to kind of fall and drive out underneath if we're going to do an underneath build. So I kind of sort of thought we'd put a giant rocket under here to get us into orbit, and then, yeah, I see the point. Where do we put the Rover though? Maybe a little more fuel to the main engine just in case. He said side mounted. So. Let's pull this away for a moment. If we put the Rover here, how would I even do that? Do I save and continue? Where is the Tuna Speedster? We'll merge this, right? Okay, so we need a decoupler. Where's the decoupler? Do we want the decoupler or do we want the new thing, the ejector that we saw? I guess we need a decoupler, the stack separator. And we probably want the decoupler. Sever the linkage between itself and whatever's connected to. Which side will detach? So under here, we want the Rover to detach, right? So we want to flip this upside down and pop that there. And then we attach the rover to it, I guess. Can we attach it to the... I don't think we can attach it to this decoupler per se. Oh, there's a... We can detach it upside down. I see. Did we build this thing upside down? Or we don't... Or is the stuff on top of it the problem? So we could attach it upside down, but then it just falls to the ground upside down, right? Plus, look, it's way too big. It's like, it's sticking out. Do you have service bays or any storage yet? Make sure separation force is low or 0 for this use. Might need to change the root part of the rover. No, it was right side up. I think it's because we've got stuff on top. I don't know, guys. I think side mounted might be the way to go here. Maybe? But it would have to be on the lander, right? So like if let's get rid of this for the moment. If we put... I want the small one. If we put this on the side here, I don't think we even can. We can't attach it to the side. So it has to drop down. It's really big though. How do people do this? Let's save this and let's switch to the VAB and take a look. Maybe we can fix this, or at least get something that's viable. So if we load up the Tuna Speedster, I think we need to take everything off the top here, right? So we had our solar panels and our battery pack. We do want it to be pretty much symmetrical though, because we don't want it to unbalance the rocket during flight. Battery on top is the issue. Hey, Spaceman, thanks for stopping by. Take care. Have a good day. So we need batteries again. Let's just use some normal batteries instead of that big old pack thing. Can we get you inside the girders? Maybe on top, or... We gotta keep the top clear. I guess we just go side mounted like this, or no, they'll burn up on launch. So we can do them one at a time, I guess. We can put one here and another one. We don't want to block the hatch though. I think that's fine. And then the solar panels we can put on top of the girders here. Have 2 there, and pop another 2 there. Hopefully those just work. Alright, let's save that. And go back to the VAB. When attaching a subassembly, the root part will only have the attachment node, so use the Z button to change the root. It's hard to explain. Offset tool. Under the blue icons, top left. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Let's open up Kerpala 1. Where's Kerpala 1? And then let's load in the Tuna Speedster. Let's merge that in. Okay. So now we can kind of attach this, right? We need a decoupler. And then we can attach this. I see. There's some stuff here. Tool place, tool move, tool rotate, tool reroute. So we attach that like that. The idea being that we land on the moon, and then this is kind of hovering over the ground in the middle of the landing struts, and then we detach it, I guess, maybe manually. And somebody said to lower the ejection, so we'll get the force percent down to like 2% for that decoupler. So then the question becomes, all right, well, how are we going to land this thing so that it's stable? And I think that's where these come in. Actually, can we put a shroud around this? Didn't we buy that? How does that work? Aerodynamics, maybe. We bought something. We bought a shroud, right? Payload, yes. The protective shell. Now, how does this work? Left mouse button, place cross section. Okay. I think I sort of understand. We need another piece below it, right? Fairing expansion, mouse over, build fairing. So hold on. If we... left mouse button, press place cross section. Cancel placement, left alt to terminate fairing construction. Toggle snap angle height. So how do I do it? I guess I need a larger one, right? So you can kind of go like that. I could do something like this. So alt plus left mouse button. Place cross section. Cancel placement. I'm not sure this is working. When you drop the lander, how are you going to take off again? Michael's right. I see 2 nodes there. You'll need another separator to get the rover loose. You have no engine above the lander. Yes, I know. We're going to do radial engines. So I'm not sure about this at the moment, this Airstream protective shell. I'm not sure how we get that to work. But what we are going to do first is let's go get that decoupler again. Let's go into 8 mode. And let's place this as low as we can. Nice and low. Now, is that attached to the rover? I think it is. That's not good. So we need this here. Then we need a girder, a structural element. Structural fuselage, no. Strut connector. I think we need a structural fuselage here. Like that. And then we put the nose cone on for aerodynamics. And then below here, now we're going to put... Now, that raises the question, how am I going to connect the fuel tank to these 8 other fuel tanks? And if I connect it to the fuselage, does it work? Or maybe this doesn't need to be a fuel tank over here. Maybe it just needs to be structural. But the idea was, all right, so the idea was then I'd come here, right, and I'd grab liquid fuel fuselage. No, that's jet fuel. Then I connect these under here. Yeah, like that. Or are those too much? Those are probably too much. Let's get the 400s. Right? And then, so this becomes the lander. Except then there's no way to drive out once we drop the thing. So that's not going to work either. So 8 is probably too many. Let's redo this down at... Why am I in symmetry mode here? What happened to... Let's go back to structural. Let's try that with... Alright, I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's leave and come back. Lander, my bad. Long fuel tanks attached with fuel hose in the fuel screen. All right, we'll take a look at that. So can I get my normal symmetry back now? Yeah, okay. So if we do 4 instead of 8, where is the radial decoupler? Yeah, if we do 4 instead of 8, does that give us a way to drive out? Is the question that I have. Right? So let's get that. Then we get the structural... Where's the structural thingy? Structural fuselage, yeah. So this, like, costs... This is just a little bit of mass. It doesn't really actually, like, weigh any... or have any real mass to it. Get these... kind of up there-ish. That looks like we might just be able to squeeze out underneath. Now, why did it... I had it on 4, didn't I? Why did it... Why is... Guys, why is it switching to the, like, the hangar? This is not what I want. Decoupler. It's like... I don't want it on symmetry mode. God damn it. Symmetry switch to mirror when you moused over the lander. I know I want radial symmetry. How do I get it? It's like stuck on the wrong thing here. It's because of mirror setting on landed. Middle mouse click on symmetry to change. Oh, there it is. Thank you. God, sometimes the way they, like, there's, how am I supposed to know that? There's not even a control, like, interface that tells you what all the buttons do. All right. So, thank you for that. Middle mouse click to switch modes. Let's go back to trying to build this. So, I think I want something like this, and then the structural fuselage attached to it, like so. Throw on the nose cones. Now, underneath here, we're going to need 4 engines, and we're going to need to cross-feed. We're going to need to fuel them up with this thing. So we need, let's see, we need fuel tanks. Yeah, I think we go with the 400 here, and then we want to do the external fuel duct from a point on here. Something like that, and then put that over to like here, right? It's sort of hard to see. Put that to a point right there. So now all the fuel in here feeds these 4 tanks as well, evenly, right? That's the idea. And we can now throw our engines on. Do we want 4 Terriers? They are kind of heavy. Let's try 4 Terriers and just see. We'll just start there and see what that gets us. And now we need to load in the Speedster and attach that like that, right? I think that looks like it might work. We might actually be able to drop that and drive it out, especially if our landing gear is a little bit wider. Now, in terms of the landing gear, I guess I'm worried that they're going to just crumple. They're not going to be able to support this much mass. How much mass do we have right now? Where's the engineer's report? The craft stats is a mass of 26.86 tons. So we need roughly 30 tons of support from our struts. Let's look at ground. Tolerance, 50 Gs. 4,000 kPa pressure. Does it tell you stress tolerance? Yeah, I don't know. So we won't use the micros. We'll use the regular ones. These are 0.05 tons. Or we could use the LT2s. Heavy-duty method for planting yourself firmly on the ground without the severe consequences that usually accompany planting yourself firmly on the ground. What do you guys think? Can I get away with the LT1s, or do I need the LT2s? Terrier on the side boosters. Don't bother with legs. They will keep you stable. Only problem is getting the rover out. Yeah, I need these struts because they're going to give the lander the extra space to move to get out from underneath here. Where it is right now, it can't drive out, right? So I need a wider base on which, because they angle outwards. So let me show you what I mean. If I do this, then when the lander's on the ground, its wheels should have enough clearance to drive forward and out, right? That's what I think, anyway. Yes, good, that is perfect. You can tilt the long fuel tanks. Oh, I can? How would I tilt them? I think this is okay. Now actually, one thing I've just noticed is we actually never want to use these decouplers. These decouplers should be like disabled. Not the fuel tanks, hold on. Because this center part doesn't have an engine, right? So we would never actually want to use these decouplers. I guess I'll just have to remember that. So guys, the idea is this is our lander. We land this on the moon. We decouple the lander, or the rover. It drops down. Someone Avis hops in and drives it around, toodles around, does some fun driving on the moon. Then we come back. We use our jetpack to get up into the command pod here. And then we fly back on these 4 without the rover, draining from this central fuel tank. And then finally, at the end, we detach and go home. So if that's what we're doing here, if we look at the Delta V report in a vacuum, we only have 1185 because we've got a lot of mass on this. So maybe the Terriers aren't enough, or maybe we need more fuel. These would be up here with this, I guess. Oh, there we go. Now it's reading 2997. So our TWR is 0.9. That's gonna be enough to land and take off on the moon. It wouldn't be enough to launch from Earth or from Kerbin, because you need a TWR higher than 1. But our ISP is 345. That's very good, and our Delta V is 2997. So 3000 should be enough. If we can get this contraption into orbit around the moon, then we should be able to land, take off, and get home, right? All right, let's start retracted. What is deploy shield? That I don't know. Okay, so now the question becomes, given this massive beast, how do we get it into the air? What's the main rocket gonna look like? Redesign lander, rover still stuck there. Use the offset tool to make it wide. Put those decouplers staged above your last parachute. Is it vacuum? 1185 is including lander. No, it's like 3010 or 2997 here. I'm trying to keep up with all your suggestion, guys. Distract him as you can tilt the long fuel tanks near the top left. Looks like a basketball. Oh, okay. But they're attached to these decouplers, won't that? Well, let's try it. Wait, come back. Let's put you back where you were. Hold on. Let's go to the rotate tool. Like that? That's cool. Never seen that before. So if I just do, does that waste fuel? Does that make it less efficient? I think it does, right? Yeah, this has dropped down a little bit because some of the fuel is burning at an angle or burning against each other. Or maybe not. Okay. So if we do this, this is all well and good, but now how do we build something to put this on top of to launch it? What if you add a Terrier in the center above the lander to use as the ascent engine, decouple below that for the rover, and use the 4 side engines as descent stage only, leave them behind on the surface? and a terrier in the center above the lander. Decouple below that for the rover. So you're saying just use these to descend, then blow them off. So land with these, take the rover out. But then if I blow them off... Yeah. I sort of see your point, but I think we got to figure out... This is what we're going with, I think. So now we got to figure out how the heck do we get this into orbit? Well, for starters, we need a massive old fuel tank here. We need a Rocco Max. Let's put the 32 on here. Let's get a big old decoupler. Now this one actually needs not the decoupler. This one needs the stack separator, right? It's both sides. Oh, that's a little bit small though. Let's try it anyway. Let's get the big old 16 here. So this is gonna be a weird launch, guys, but it might work. Maybe. And then actually, if I put the... Where's that other thing? Structural dealie. No, not the structural. The shroud? Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't know. I think it's not big enough. All right, let's just stick this here. Right? Oh, we still need a decoupler. I'm gonna try the stack separator here. Because we don't want that hanging onto the bottom of the, and then force percent probably pretty low as well, right? And then we get probably another one of these. We need a big old engine on the bottom and a bunch of boosters as well. Maybe one more for good measure. Let's throw an engine on there. The Reliant, I think. So which one has the most thrust in atmosphere? 205, 167, 14, 64. Oh, this one, the Skipper. Yeah, you're gonna get us up there for sure. Here we go. And then what? So that's 5,000. Let's put some kickbacks on here as well. You wanted to use 4, right? Let's try that. Let's just throw let's throw all the bits on here. Why not? It's most likely going to explode in a terrible fiery ball of death anyway, so why not have fun while we're doing it? Okay. Look at this monstrosity. Aerodynamics. 0.2 tons, 0.03, okay. Alright, so here, I think this is what we're going with here, guys. $6,780. That's not bad. Conceal the rover in a fairing. Use the poodle on this stage. Conceal the rover in a fairing, a bigger one. Stack separator is the same. Probably don't want to put it under the lander. 3 of those Roccos, Skipper, and 4 solid booster for a nice Korolev cross effect. Top heavy, don't tilt during launch. Check your staging. Yeah, obviously I have to check the staging. Obviously I have to check the staging. All right, guys, we're gonna try it with this. I don't know what's gonna happen. We might lose some Kerbals, but we're gonna give it a shot. Let's get these going as well. Okay, it's staging time. So, first stage, boosters and stability enhancers. That's good. Second stage, we're gonna release the boosters. And these should have the full force effect. Okay. Third stage, main rocket, and I think we learned last time we want to connect those two. Fourth stage, that's wrong. Or wait, is that wrong? No, that separates the main rocket from the lander, so that's fine. And then, wait, why do we have 2 there? What's going on? Is that the bottom and the top, or? That's the bottom and the top. Okay, we want both of these at the same time. Yeah, that's the bottom and the top of the ejector. So we want both of those at the same time. Then the 4 engines fire, yep. Then the last thing, then once we were landed on the moon, we get this one going to release the lander to have it fall onto the surface so we can drive it around. Then we have these we want never. Or no, these are the very last ones when the only thing we have left is our falling capsule. Okay. So actually, I think this is right, you guys. Apollo 1. All right. 7,000 DV. I guess we're going to try it. We're going to try and get this lander on the moon. All right, well, wish me luck. Let's go. Put the skipper in first stage same time as the boosters. I feel like the rocket looks kind of weird for altitude, for attitude control and Godard. You're saying at the same time that the boosters are going, we want the main engine firing? Isn't that going to put our TWR way too high? Well, let's take a look here. Right now our TWR is 1.5. If we slide the other engine in, it becomes 1.8, which that's not too high. That's on the higher end. You want to be between 1 and 2 from what I've read. But, okay. So all the engines are going to burn at the same time. Then the boosters fall away. And we keep going with the main tank until it burns out. Then we get rid of that. Then we have our lander. So the goal is to get to Mars before we cut away the central candle. That's the goal. And we've got science, we've got batteries, we've got solar panels. We need to crew this thing, though. All right, so we definitely need our level 2 pilot here. So Michaela, you are piloting the Kerpolo 1. Godspeed, my friend. I hope you don't die. We're gonna leave. Oh, we could actually take a 4th here, but we're gonna leave the. Then they couldn't come home. So we're gonna leave the lander can seat empty. We definitely need a scientist. Let's take Emily. She learned a lot on this last. She's practiced driving the rover. And then for an engineer, who do we take? There's nobody here right now. Like Radu, is Radu here? Yeah, Radu's here. All right, we're taking Raduina. So Michaela, Raduina, and Emily, an all-female Kerbal team. You're going to be the first Kerbals to land on the moon. Good luck. I hope you don't die a horrible death. Let's launch this. All right, so this is a horrible idea and is almost certainly going to explode in failure. But for science, Michaela, Emily, and Raduina are willing to give their lives if need be. So, throttle to 100, SAS engaged. Now, somebody else pointed out, this thing's really top heavy. Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't have any fins. Hold on. We don't have any aerodynamics. Let's go back to the VAB. And let's throw some fins on this sucker. Let's go with the winglet here. I guess this is kind of the only place we can stick it, so we'll stick it here. There's a winglet. Let's add one more basic fin a little bit higher up. And let's even add some basic fins on the boosters here. Sure. Does that look good? Is that enough to keep it stable? Or do we want something even bigger? Tail fin. Hang on. Let's do a tail fin instead. That looks good. And we'll throw the extra basics on. Alright, hope that helps. Sorry about that. Skipper has gimbal nozzle, right? Right? Uh-oh. Looks good, hopefully. Not an engineer. Let's go. Werner von Braun likes fins. The skipper has some gimbaling, yeah. All right. Well, that's the best I can do. I think I've covered everything now. Let's go to the launch pad. All right, this unwieldy, crazy nonsense contraption is go for launch. So, throttle to full, SAS engaged, stability assist. Oh, that's right, because Michaela leveled up to 2, we now have the additional 4 things we can point at. I don't know what else to do. We've checked our staging. Let's go. Facing east. I don't know about this, but we'll try it. It the tiniest bit forward, just like 2 degrees. Okay, let's switch to prograde here. Go a little bit more, force it forward just a bit. Seeing some heat stress. Okay, all right. Now we're in business, I think. Let's push it forward just a little bit more. Looks like we might be able to get to orbit here. It's going to be a very high orbit, but that's okay. All right. So I've cut the engine. And now we, I think, hide staging so we don't accidentally do anything. Okay, at T-minus 1 minute, I'm going to burn again. Try and get our periapsis up a bit. I'm watching the T-minus counter here. Okay, let's let it go down to 45 seconds. I guess I'll bring back the staging just so I can see how much fuel we have. 45 seconds. Resume burning. I'm trying to get more horizontal velocity than vertical because I don't want the AP to go up much higher. I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it that much, but I'm sticking around 45 seconds. Slowly falling. That's okay. That's good, actually. Let's let it go down to 30. T-minus 30 here. We're tracking prograde. This is looking good. I think we're going to achieve an orbit at the very least. We need to get our orbital speed up here. All right, I'm just going to let it burn now. get up around 2,000 to be in orbit. Okay, we're out. Okay, guys, that's it. We've made orbit with our crazy contraption here. I can't believe that worked. I honestly cannot believe that worked. That's amazing. Let's see. Salvage crew reports. They got bored and went home. I got some blue face clapping for me. Loads of fuel. Unplanned rapid disassembly planning crew has 4 contingency plans for URD. Gravity turn is really high. I think this same design will work with more efficiency from a lower gravity turn. Yeah. Distracticus, I agree. Somebody said in chat that it was really unstable and I should not try to do the gravity turn quite so early. So since it was my first time launching this particular vessel and I did not really want to kill all 3 of you, I opted for a much higher gravity turn, a much less efficient one that seemed like it would be more stable. Rajuina reports a smell of gasoline coming from one of the control panels. We're in orbit. We're in orbit. On the first try, that can't be right. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so we've got 2,600 meters per second of fuel to go to the moon, land, and come home. And that DV calculation is actually not 100% accurate because we're going to drop off the lander and lose some mass before we have to return. So is 2,600 enough? I think so. It feels like enough. Let's find out. Congratulations on achieving orbit, you guys. Well done. Well done indeed. All right. Next up, we go to the moon. So if we check out the details of our orbit here, our inclination's a little bit off, 1.6 degrees. But that's close enough that we can get to the moon just fine. Let's set it as our target. And so now we want to create a maneuver. So we're moving fastest at periapsis. That's going to make our AP grow the best. This actually, oddly enough, looks like it's in a pretty good spot to start. So let's start here. I guess we could do a teeny tiny burn halfway to correct our... Do we want to correct our inclination or not? I don't think we really need to here. Or do we? What is this? This is Kerpala 1. Kerpala 1 debris. There's the airfield and the space center. So, if we do a maneuver here at periapsis, and we just kind of tinker around with going prograde for a bit. That's 800 meters to get pretty close already to an encounter with the moon. That's great. Let's see, there's our closest approach. So it's ahead of us. So we actually need to drag this forward a little bit. Now remind me what this does. Yeah, that moves it along the orbit. Okay. There's our encounter right there. And we can actually reduce a little bit of our DV here. When is that encounter? In 3 hours. So, hold on. Which makes it better here? So, oh, hold on. Periapsis, 2 million kilometers. If I add more, 2026, 2032. Okay, so we actually want to go retrograde more here. Closest approach. Hang on. Let me get a little bit over there. It's a little hard to see from here. So we have our encounter, then our periapsis is 2.2 million meters. That's not good. Let's actually move this a little bit more to the right and then go in a little bit more. So our encounter, now our periapsis is 1.8. I think we keep going a little bit more. And then pull back on the speed here. So what's that? Periapsis of 1.3. 1.1. Maybe we just kind of get into the encounter and then adjust it, right? We kind of save our fuel. So we have a moon encounter here in 4 hours. Then we have periapsis of 1.4. And this is taking... Let me check in with you guys. We don't have a science junior. I do have a science junior. If you get the encounter, that's perfect. Check to see maneuvers. You'll get an inclined lunar orbit, which is fine. Should it be 3 days until encounter? Can I be the first woman on the moon? Right-click the PE flag to make it sick. Guys, bad news. Did my bad calculations. 5 hours. And then moon escape. 1 day. Kerbin, ascending node. Target position at closest approach. Moon encounter in 4 hours. That I'm not sure that's right. But whatever. This is getting us into an encounter, so we can adjust along the way, right? Or we've gone past our point. So now we need to... Hold on. I think I've screwed the pooch here. Let me reload. And let's recalculate that. So we're going to set the moon as our target. And we're going to come around to, it was roughly around here, right? We're going to add a maneuver. And we're going to throw in a bunch of... Around 700 and change, right? Was what we were kind of at. Now, what is that? Periapsis under 1 million in a day. Yeah. So we have an encounter. There's some weirdness going on over there. It's because of the inclination stuff, right? That's what we're talking about. Let's tweak the scale a little bit here. Looks like we would be getting a gravity assist of sorts. So... Moon encounter... Moon escape. I think we want more, actually. So, periapsis... 9 million meters. Periapsis... under 1 million meters. Okay. $800. 790. So we do... Okay, so we're getting an encounter here. So we go along this brown line, and our encounter with the moon changes our orbit. So our Kerbin orbit gets inclined to this green one afterwards, right? Let me... if we go into settings, there's a conic patch limit of 3. So let's actually put that up to 4. So we can see 2 conic patches on the... or 3 actually. We can see 3 conic patches on the map right now. We've got the blue conic patch. That's our current orbit. We've got our brown conic patch. That's our intended maneuver. And then our green conic patch is our resulting orbit, if I understand the system correctly. But this is going to get us our encounter, and I don't want to fly past it again. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. We're going to do this 800 meters per second burn out of our 2600. So that's going to leave us plenty once we get there to correct, land, and come home. I hope. We're about 200 meters per second short. If we drop the car, it might work. We'll try it. We'll get over there and see. We'll see how this goes. Yes, Radu had Emily. Radu had a Kerbal called Radu Kerman, but I killed him. So his widow Raduina took over. Let's do this burn. 2,600 feels like a lot. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe somebody's right, and we're gonna get stranded on the way home. But let's do it anyway. Or I could try launching another time. We could try doing this launch again, and I could be more efficient on the gravity turn there. Okay, so this is a very long burn. Actually, this is a very long burn. I'm not sure we want to do this. Well, let's point at the maneuver node and let's try it. Good luck, guys. I hope this works. All right, so I got to keep track of two things here. I got to keep track of the burn timer and pointing in the right direction. It's very close to pro grade, so hopefully it sort of drifts there a little bit. Okay, it's close enough now. Our orbit slowly growing. We want it to match this brown one. That's the goal. Okay. So, our blue orbit, we're currently still on par for a moon encounter, I think, if I'm seeing this correctly. We've got the moon encounter, then our periapsis at 900,000 meters, 900 kilometers, and then we escape shortly thereafter. So, what is this? This is encounter in 1 day, 1 hour, and escape in 1 day, 4 hours. So there's like a 3-hour window where we're going to be able to adjust things, right? So if we change our focus to the moon, actually, let me think about this. We're coming in inside it, right? So we actually don't want that. We need a mid-course correction here to get outside of the moon, because otherwise we'll be going clockwise instead of counterclockwise when we arrive. So somewhere like over here, we need to add another maneuver. Just a little bit of DV should get us what we need to be outside the moon instead of inside of it. Let's see. Scale up a bit. Where's our periapsis now? 63,000? If we slide this back, can we get outside of the moon somehow? That seems good. 81,000 for 33 meters. Okay, so let's say we do that. The moon encounter here. Periapsis here. Oh, this is a weird result. So where is the moon at our encounter there? If we do that... encounter. It's sort of hard to read here. Day 129. I think we want to do this, and then we'll take another look if we need another course correction. Larry Net, welcome back to the channel. Go for it. Would do a kicker burn or two. Just looking at locking on a prograde will have the same result, just a little more delta V. Tracking said something vaguely positive and it's clapping, so I guess that's good. Sooner is better. Focus on the moon. Yeah. Where is the moon right now? Okay, so we've got two possibles. I think this is the one we're on, and this would change it. So this is the one. I think this is the one we want. We want to come around the outside of the moon instead of the inside. Or I'm not sure. Whatever. I think we'll do this burn anyway. Let's go. All right. So this is a very small little burn. We'll get up to the 15-second mark and we'll prepare. So, there's our burn complete. Now, what is actually going on here now that we've done that? So we're gonna come down here. We have a moon encounter. And then it looks like we're still kind of going under it. I think we need to burn normal here. We actually need another maneuver to kind of burn normal, maybe? Hold on, I don't know what's going on here. Let me retry that. So, what is going on here? We're coming down underneath the orbit of the moon. We encounter it here. That's where it is. And then it seems like we get sucked back inside of it somehow. Like I'm trying to get around the outside of it to be going this way. But it's still sucking us in. Let me put in a maneuver here. Can I get around the outside of it like that? And then, huh? I'm not sure, guys. I don't know what to do here. It's a retrograde orbit. Yeah, that's what my problem is. I'm trying to fix the retrograde orbit and make it a prograde orbit instead. Focus view. Yeah, I don't see it right now. Curve and periapsis, closest approach. So our encounter is there, and I don't know how to fix it. Let's go just inside the encounter here and add a maneuver, and then let's focus on the moon. So is it? It's getting like sucked in and down. I guess if we come here. No, I don't want prograde, I want retrograde. Hold on. So we can get into an orbit of it, but it's going to be a retrograde orbit, which is kind of crappy. I guess we just live with it, because otherwise we're not going to have DV to do anything. I guess we're going to do this. Bit retrograde, a bit normal. Make a maneuver halfway to the moon. Too late. Sorry. Too late. Okay, so for this maneuver, it is retrograde. Where are we? Where's the moon? Oh, there's the moon. Wow, okay. Here's our retrograde burn coming up. 7 seconds. Yeah, this is a funky orbit, but whatever. We'll try it. We're probably not going to be able to get home, but we might be able to get you guys back into orbit around... We might be able to get you in orbit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can aero brake or something. All right, let me focus on this burn. Michaela is driving, obviously. I think she's doing pretty well. Retrograde, quit backseat dying. I say when you die, don't worry, Radu, he'll send a rescue mission. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. Let's take a look. All right, so we are in orbit around the moon. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to AP, add another maneuver here to slow down some more. We want our periapsis to drop. I guess that's the best we can do. So we're going to land, looks like right around there. Or we could... kind of give ourselves a little bit more breathing room there. Periapsis of 3 kilometers. We can kind of wait till we get around to the, like a brighter side and then land. Let's go in just a little bit more. Whatever, that's fine. Okay. Retrograde for 10 meters per second at AP. Let's go. Yeah, we're going the wrong way around the planet, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute. Because we're going the wrong way around, I actually want to land a little bit earlier. That's fine. That's easy enough to fix. What is litho break? I know the moon doesn't have an atmosphere, so I know we were not going to be able to aero brake here. I was talking about on the way home, perhaps. Facing retrograde. Where's the planet? Where's the moon? Oh, we're way out far, so it's kind of hard to see. There it is. Okay. So we're faced retrograde. That's good. Maneuver 1 here. So we're going to burn just a little bit here at like T minus 5 seconds or so. The ground will stop you. Oh, okay. All right. Pretty much a perfect burn. So we're going this way. I think we burn just a skosh more to pull our PE in a little bit more closer to the light side. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna land right around here, you guys. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try it. Let's warp forward a bit. Arduino has a point in this one. I've never heard of it. It might die now. You could reverse orbit here. It's relatively affordable now. No, we're landing. We're landing, and we are riding our rover on the moon, man. No matter what. Okay. Let's check in a little bit. And let's start going a little bit faster. Uh, 35, 31, 29. Okay, hold on. All right, 5,000 meters. Here we go. We're pretty fast approaching the surface here, so I'm gonna burn. This is not falling fast enough. This is not falling fast enough. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. You'll be coming in pretty steep. 150 meters per second more would make it prograde. 600 for a perfectly executed moon landing. It's cheap, but look at his fuel. Switch velocity to surface mode. Bye, guys. Of course, I'm lagging now. You need to start braking at about 5,000 above the ground. Oh, God. I handled that awfully. That was terrible. Well, Radu, I did quick save, but I'm playing on permadeath, man. Those three are gone. We lost them. We learned a lot from the flight. Let's try again. Same ship, different crew. Okay, so let's load up the Apollo 1. And now we need to crew it. So who do we have left? We've got Jacob. In terms of pilots, we've got Jebediah, we've got Valentina. We've got Jaco. Jaco can pilot. Spaceman here can... Now, what is this? Why are they here? Is it because I created them as cheats? Maybe they're immortal, but yeah, they can't be here. They died. So I guess the other person we take is Bill. Or wait a minute. We can make another viewer here. I'm sorry you guys died there. Emily, your Kerbal died on the very first mission. That's really sad. Did Radwina have any relatives? Maybe they want to become a Kerbonaut. Radu died. Emily died. Larry stayed dead. Yeah, Michaela and Radwina both died. Oh, gosh. Distracticus Prime says, put me in there. I'm a pilot. I fly. All right. Jaco's not on the stream. So we'll take, let's see. Well, you know what? Hold on. I think Emily left behind a widow as well. Emil. Her husband Emil, the widow, is also a scientist and also happens to be a badass with max courage and max stupidity. So Emil can take her place. And then there was one more widow who showed up, and that was Lori, Larry's widow. She showed up as an engineer with very high stupidity and 1 experience level. So we've got our new crew here. Yeah. So pilot is Jaco. And then scientist is Emil. And Lori is our engineer. There we go. All right. You guys, the other crew died in a horrible fiery death, but that's probably not going to happen to you, I don't think. Good luck. All right. So Jaco's our pilot. Jaco's not here, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? Let's make a Distracticus pilot since he's in the stream. Let's revert flight, vehicle assembly. Let's make a Distracticus. Distracticus Kerman can be our Distracticus can be our pilot. It can be level 1. Lots of courage, very low stupidity, and a veteran. Sure, there we go. So if we crew this, we're going to take Jaco out for now and put Distracticus in as the pilot. There we go, very good. And why does he have an orange flight suit? I don't really understand that. Oh well. Let's launch. All right, I'm going to try and be more efficient on my gravity turn this time. Wish me luck. Here we go. SAS would be helpful here. Yeah, it's surprisingly stable despite everything. It's not too hard to pull off the gravity turn here. Stay with prograde moving forward. Is to get to around 65. Pull up a little bit more here. 45 seems about right. All right, we'll let Distracticus carry us the rest of the way by just tracking prograde. Once this gets to about 62, 63, I'm going to cut the engine a little bit, wait for us to get closer to AP. No, we'll go up to a little bit higher, 64, 65. Okay. So when this hits 30 seconds, we'll go back to a full burn. Or no, actually, maybe we want it more like 50 seconds. I just want to get a little bit more height before we start pushing sideways. So let's burn it here. See how this does. That's holding steady at 57. Let's cut it again. Get it a little bit lower. We'll get it down to 45 seconds here. And full burn. I think we'll just stay on this full burn on prograde now until our periapsis rises high enough. Yeah, nice. It would be nice if they had a graveyard, but they've said, Squad has said they will never add a graveyard to the game. So that's not happening, unfortunately. We could plant a flag, maybe. But we'd have to get back to the crash site, and I have no idea how to do that, so probably not. I think we've been a little bit more fuel efficient here this time. Chilling at his grave on the moon with a glass of wine. I love that. That's great. Okay, I think I got this just about right here. Definitely have more fuel than we had last time. Because we had to do the separation of the main candle last time. Okay. There we go. So, a much more successful gravity turn to orbit. We have 3,000 DV left. Let's take a look at our transfer. So, right around here again. Add a maneuver. You're going to be our target. And we're going to need at least, what, 700 meters per second DV there? Something a little bit more, maybe? That's 2 meters per second. Let's do 10 meters per second. Okay, we need to move this up in orbit. And then let's keep working on it. Okay, that's already pretty good. Closest approach. Target position. Okay, so we can get an encounter. That gets us an encounter. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll just do that. Closest approach, target position. So I think we want to go even a little bit further. So that we make sure that we're getting a prograde orbit this time. Periapsis 2 million. Periapsis 1.9 million. $1.8 million. We're spending a lot of DV though. Hang on. Let me just bring it back to here, and then we'll do another burn halfway to the moon. Right? That's the idea. We do have an encounter, so that's fine. All right. So we're facing prograde. Let's warp ahead. We're going to go around the planet once. You always get to die first. Maybe I can die more when KSP2 comes out, or perhaps on other star systems. Prograde is good because it subtracts moon orbit from your surface velocity. Right. For getting home. Okay, here we go. This is a long burn. It's a very long burn. I maybe should have split this in two. But whatever, I didn't. So here we go. Burning in 10. I have to switch to other engines. Hold on. know what? I think I probably need to... We just lost a bunch of mass. I probably need to check this. This Star Wars references. It's about his gravesite. Yeah. That is a big boy burn. Let's get there. Let's get there. Okay. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see what's happening over here. Let's do focus view. So we're coming in around the outside. We'll be coming around out around here. Here's our periapsis. So if we set a maneuver here and burn retrograde, right? There we go. There's our orbit. Fantastic. Another 300 meters per second to get into a nice elliptical orbit here. Now, do I want to... Can I be more efficient than this? Like, if I just barely capture this orbit, right, like this, and then I come over to the AP... See, this is circular, though, basically. Like, can I do a bunch of smaller burns and save energy, or is it not really worth it to try that? Let's just do this burn. Let's get here and get into orbit. So this planned maneuver is retrograde. Let's get forward in time to get there. You can see us traveling out along our path. We have a moon encounter coming up. Guys, I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm not going to kill 3 more of Kerbals. Come on. Enough in the chat. You guys are acting like I'm some sort of, like, horrible person who's killing them off for content. It was a mistake. I've never landed on the moon before. Okay. Jeez. I'm not actually upset. I think it's pretty funny what you guys just are talking about. Okay, we got a 20-second burn in 45 seconds. Facing retrograde. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's get this going. Let's get into orbit around the moon. Facing retrograde and burning in 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay, we did it. We are once again in orbit around the moon. Okay, all right. It's a start. So now we want to land on this sucker, right? And we want to land on the light side if at all possible. So I think we come over here and do some retrograde work. Okay, that puts our periapsis at 45. Here we go. That should be enough. 101.6 meters per second. That should get us landing on the moon right around that crater, I suppose. Let's not land in that crater. Let's go a little bit further. Something like that. That seems like it's going to land right about there. And we're gonna be kind of messing things up as we go anyway. We're gonna burn more delta V earlier to make sure we slow down. So let's get over to this maneuver. And get our retro burn ready to go. There's the moon over there. Okay. I'm going to land you guys. I am going to land you guys successfully. You're going to drive around in the rover for sure. Okay. And we are going to land directly in the middle of the giant crater. So I I overshot, but I'm not spending DV to fix it. Put a 9-kilometer orbit first, then descend. Try to land near a boundary between biomes, 2 or 3, possibly 4. It's way easier to pick your landing spot and more efficient. Lower the orbit. Forget it. We want dead Kerbals and explosions. Okay. Well, it's too late now. Next time, I'll try and do that. Let's warp in. It's getting real fast here. Okay. So, now, we're going to continue facing retrograde. Somebody said to do a full burn at 5,000 kilometers, so let's do that. Come on, Distracticus, you got this. You can do this. We'll start a little earlier than that even. We'll start at like 10,000. Now, somebody said there was a way to change this to target something else, I think. They aren't coming back, nowhere near enough fuel. Huh. I thought we had enough, but maybe not. Can we at least get into orbit? Yeah, we are pretty low here. Maybe not. Well, we'll just try and survive the landing. That's the best we can do. Rescue mission. Michael Linsenmeyer, we can fly. Oh, let's extend the landing legs. Almost missed that. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be on a little bit of a slope here, which worries me. just avoided the worst of the slope, it looks like. I think we're going to be able to land here. Oops, oops, oops. Hold on. Come on. Come on. This is finicky. Did we do it? Look at this. We're like literally on the edge of this slope. Guys, you have landed on the moon. Congratulations. You have 900 meters per second of DV to get home. So we miscalculated that. Let's go ahead and let's drop the rover. At least we can do this. This is what we came here for, right? So we slide you down. Do I manually do this maybe? Maybe I manually do this. Rover's on the ground. All right. Who wants to drive? Distracticus, Emily. Oh, Emily. No, Emil. Emil, not Emily. Or Lori. Emil, you said, I think, earlier that you wanted to drive. Oh, hold on. Toggle brake action group? How do I... It's rolling away. Oh, shit. Okay. Emil, go get the rover. Let go. RCS. Go get the rover, bro. Emil just became the first Kerbal to land on the moon, and he didn't notice because he was chasing the runaway rover. No, come back, come back. What are you doing? How do I... Come back, little rover. Can you grab on? What are you doing? Oh my god, look at what's happening. Oh my god, how do I switch the vehicle? There we go. Focus Apollo 1 lander, no target. No. Toggle, I can't, he's not inside. It's just gonna friggin' roll forever. No, come back. I gotta keep up with it. God damn it. I should have put someone in it first. And then decoupled it. Oh my god, he's like ragdolling all over the place. Let's get over there. Come on. Come on, Emil. You gotta catch it. Hold on, I think it's slowed down. It's gonna start rolling backwards or what? Rover, no. No, don't come downhill. Don't come downhill. What is it doing? Why wouldn't it have its brakes locked? And he can't grab it for some reason. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Can you grab it? No, he's turning it the wrong way now. Why can't he grab it? There's a hatch there, right? Like, grab the hatch, bro. Come on. He's gonna run out of RCS fuel too. Where's it going? Crew hatch. I can't grab it for some reason. Hold on. Maybe he can. There we go. So when it's in motion, he can't get in. Board. Oh my god, we got it. We got it. And toggle the brakes, please. Okay. All right. Which way's forward? Oh, it is unwieldy up here. But it's got some motion to it. We can actually drive it around. It does not have enough mass to like stay stable here. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to brake it that well. But look, we're driving a rover on the moon, you guys. Oh, that was awesome. I had no idea it could run away. I wonder if you can deploy it with the brakes locked, or if you need to put someone in it first. All right, so here's our lander with our 900 meters per second DV to get home. That's never happening. You guys are going to be stuck here for a while. Let's toggle the brakes and see how it slows. Oh, don't slam into the strut, please. Okay, actually, it does kind of work. What a ridiculous contraption. Okay, so if the brakes are toggled, and I'm going to save here because I want to find out. If he EVAs now, does it roll away? No, it stays where it is. Okay, cool. Let me check how much monopropellant he has left. He's got some. We burned through about, I think that's about a third of his monopropellant. But Emil is our scientist, so Emil is going to plant a flag here. All right, Emil, do your job. Plant the flag. Curb Apollo 1 landing site. Plaque text. Dude, where's my car? Well done, guys. Let's EVA report. You look up and search the sky for Kerbin, suddenly feel very small. There's 32 right there. Let's have him take a surface sample, another 120 science. From the moon's midlands, the darker midland surface appears to be made up of basaltic rocks. And then the idea is, right, we could get in the rover and maybe drive to another biome, theoretically. Let's come over to the lander here. Let's do... we need to switch ships. Here we go. So Distracticus and Lori are, meanwhile, they're doing science on the moon. Let's observe the mystery goo. Goo is less dense here. Let's do a barometer report. They say insanity is doing the same thing multiple times and expecting a different result. You check the atmospheric pressure again anyways. Where is our thermometer? Lung temperature. Okay, very good. And then the Scooty Puff Jr. Let's conduct the material study from the moon's midlands. You leave the sample bay doors open for a while on the moon and go do something else for a while. All right, there's 100 science. So theoretically, I can transmit some of this home since it seems pretty likely you guys are not getting home. What else could we do? We want to close the doors here. We could do a crew report from the surface of the moon. That's going to be new for us. Plus 20 science. And then if we head over to Emil, we can drive him somewhere else and do another soil sample, maybe. I don't know, like, how close the biomes are. Do I want to go, like, these are the midlands, right? So do I want to go down into this valley over here? You put me in the orange flight suit. Those are weight, not mono. There are some for a while, LMAO. While Ava, it shows mono. Okay. So where do I want to drive to get to another biome to take another soil sample? Do we have an idea? We're in the midlands. Like, we're not that close to anything else. We could drive into, like, maybe a crater over there. Where are we? Yeah, we're down here. So we could drive to the bottom of this crater, possibly. Or we could... I don't know, we could drive north to one of the poles? What do you guys think? What should we do? Might as well get as much science as we can and transmit it home. In the hopes that our friends back home will be able to build a rescue mission for us. Try the crater floor. Craters are a different biome, but only the big ones. Okay. So if we zoom back out, like this one would be a big one with the, like, the gray, the kind of gray. That looks pretty big. Or is it like one of these maybe that you're talking about? Well, let's try it. Let's drive down onto the floor of the crater here and see if it's a different biome. Let's turn the brakes off. And let's go. Oops. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we probably definitely don't want to flip this. Let's... I don't know what to do about that. Let's go down. Where are we going exactly? Into that one? Okay. So, here we go. Good luck. That crater might get you low enough for lowlands. Okay. For the surface samples, right. Did a sick jump, bro. I should have named this car the General Lee. The Tuna Speedster. We're making good speed here. A lot faster than a Kerbal walking. I can say that from watching Michael's streams. For sure. Oh no, what happened? We lost a wheel? We were going too fast. We were going too fast, you guys. The NOS. It was too much NOS. All right, so now we cannot steer. And Emil is walking back the hard way. That sucks. I didn't know the wheels could blow like that. I thought it blew when we hit the ramp because it was like the angle change. But it was just going too fast. Oh man. Well, let's enable steering. We can kind of still push ourselves along a little bit. Now, if we had an engineer, we do have an engineer on the mission, right? If we had an engineer and like a spare wheel, is that something the engineer could fix? Like in situ, right here on the moon? That would be cool. I bet that would be really good experience for an engineer. We're gonna keep, I guess we're done. Wait, let's drive in reverse, maybe. No, it can't. Hang on. Maybe we can pull ourselves, kind of drag ourselves backwards. Hold on. We might still have a functional rover here. We have a semi-functional rover, you guys. So we're driving in reverse with these wheels and dragging the frame of the Tuna Speedster along behind us. And it pulls to the left a little bit, so I kind of have to keep pushing right. But look, we're getting 3 meters per second. That's something. This car is a drift car. Tokyo Drift. All right, let's enable the brakes and let's EVA here and see if we're in a different biome now. So Ava report. We're still in the Midlands, unfortunately. So what do we do? I don't think we can. We got to get back home. How far away is it? 775 meters. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get back up here. I think this, as slow as this will be, it would still be faster than walking. Oh, that's so funny. We went to all the trouble to bring the dang rover here, and then it busted a wheel on like its first deployment downhill. Hang on, I'm sort of getting the hang of it here. Scratch that. I'm going in a circle. Oh, riveting gameplay, right, guys? Come on, you can do it. Really wants to, like, turn. It's like the center of mass is off. Hold on, we're getting a little bit of speed up now. Here we go. Here we go. Going in mostly straight line. 2.5 meters per second. Riveting gameplay. The Tuna Speedster is going to make it up this hill faster than Emil could walk, for sure. Oh my god. No, the turns. Oh, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. No! Ah! Oh, God. Oh, God. the humanity. Quick, EVA. And let go. Alright, well, Tuna Speedster, you were a good attempt, a noble attempt, my friend. Goodbye. Yes, he walks at like 1 meter per second here. I guess we just leave that on the moon. Broke 2 wheels. That's got to be some credit right there. Gyro was pressing wheels into the ground. Because of that, they broke. We lost the car. Well, we got a long walk home here. I've seen Michael do this. It's a frustrating nightmare. I think I'm going to just burn some monopropellant here. And let's not die slamming into the mountainside. Okay, that went pretty well. That was a pretty good use of... I don't see... Oh, here we go. Amount. 4.2 of 50. Oh, so he's kind of okay then. He's got a lot left to go. I didn't burn too much. Okay, so let's use a little bit more. All right, now where is the front of the capsule? It's up here, right? I think we need to grab on here. Can you grab that? There we go. Hold on. Get in. Grab. Board. Okay. So, we're going to see how far we can get. If we can get... Is 1,000 enough to get you guys to orbit? I don't actually know. Let's take a look at the DV map. So if we go over to the DV map... from the moon, you need 580 to get into orbit. So we should be able to at least get into orbit around the moon, which might make it easier to rescue you at some point in the future. And then, I don't know what this 280 is. Escape? 280 to escape, maybe? And then 860 to go home? So yeah, you're not getting home. But we could get you into orbit around the moon, maybe. Would that be easier or harder? That would be easier, I think. So let's do that. Let's put you in a permanent orbit around the moon. So we're just going to take off here. And we're already kind of on a gravity burn here, so I guess we'll just go this way. Let's see. In the rover's defense, you are using plane wheels. Yeah, no, I know. It's because I didn't have the good stuff. Helmet landing system. Do you even play KSP? I have over 1,000 hours on it. Walker510, welcome to the channel. I'm pretty sure everyone in here's played a little bit. And then Emily asks, Josue, wasn't I husband a good driver? I mean, I broke 2 wheels like that. Has to be some... Me too, yeah. That is propellant you're looking at. So we're... The RCS stuff... I don't know. I'm still learning this game. This is my 12th live stream, and they're usually about 2 hours each, so I've got about 24 hours in this game. I'm pretty friggin' amazed that I managed to get a rover to the moon and drive it around in a bit before it broke. I mean, that's an achievement, I think. All right, so guys, we're gonna launch. We're gonna try and get you into orbit here. Our heading is garbage. We'll be on a weird elliptical plane, but you'll be in orbit, easier to rescue, and you'll kind of be stuck in this can with your snacks in each other's company for the next probably year or two until we figure out how to save you. Let's go. All right, so I need to turn my heading so that this gravity turn makes sense to me, like that. And we're going to retract landing gear. We're going to track prograde. And we're going to burn a little bit more here. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for T-minus 30 and we'll burn some more. 9 kilometers seems like a pretty decent orbit to start with. We've got our periapsis to worry about, but that's okay. The DV map is still up. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Switch back to game. Sorry about that. My bad. I forgot to switch it back again. I launched you guys. Oh, wait. I need to get this periapsis up. Gosh, that's so dumb when I do that. We can't see the map. The DV map is still up. He wants to hide something. He's crashing. He's killing you. They're dying. God, you guys are paranoid. He's actually playing War Thunder with KSP sound effect. I feel like John Belushi, 1941, flying between buildings with a street map unfolded. Yeah. So I was, my bad, guys. I forgot to undo the thing with the scene transition in OBS. Okay, let's burn a little bit more here. Periapsis up. And what kind of orbit do we have here? Okay, so at least it's a prograde orbit, and actually the inclination is garbage, but not too bad. Not super awful. Or wait, we're going exactly the wrong way. Never mind. It's a retrograde orbit. We screwed up, guys. We did terribly. You know what it was? It's because we were facing that way, because we were like angled onto the... We were landed on that weird angle. Whatever. We can fix it. We can rescue you. Someone can come out here and get into a retrograde orbit with you and save you something. You know what else we will do? Let's transfer over here. Let's transmit all of our science. Since we're not getting home, let's transmit all of our science. Review report. Transmit. I think we lost some here, but let's review data. Let's transmit for 35%. Let's review this and transmit that. Review and transfer. Review and transfer. Okay, so we lost a bunch there. We're not going to get anything for the soil samples that we took until we get these guys home, I don't think. But we got a little bit of science there. Can we do any more? Can the other goo canister learn anything here? It can learn 6.9 science, but there's no point in 0%. Yeah. Whatever, we'll keep it. So that's the mission. That's the Fast and the Kerbious, guys. We got up to the moon, we landed, we drove our car around, we blew it up, we got back into orbit, barely. Okay. So you guys are now officially in orbit with 300 meters per second of fuel left. And you're going to probably stay there for a good long time. And that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for being here. Radu, Distracticus, Larry, Emily, Bob Schwan, Pandian was here briefly. We had, who else? Michael Linsenmeyer, Radu. Did I get everybody? Walker510 was a new viewer. And we had another new viewer. I'm not sure. This was a lot of fun, guys. Building the rover, the tuna can speedster, and getting it to the moon and driving around on it, and the first crash with all hands lost. I mean, this game is so funny. It's so cool and so funny, and I have a great time playing it. So we'll be back tomorrow with more KSP. I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we're probably not gonna rescue these guys for a while. It's gonna be a challenge to get a vessel up here that has 3 spare seats on it. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll think about that. Because if we're not going to land, we don't have to worry about a lander. Maybe we'll build an intercept vessel to come rescue them. Anyway, thanks again for being here. I'm gonna take a break and go get something to eat. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.